Hello, everybody, and welcome to 321 Sportscast, another episode of the 2024 Summer Series podcast. In studio today, I have Olivia Norton from Pineapple Cove Classical Academy. How you doing, Olivia?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. Thanks for taking some time and come in and chopping it up with me and letting us find out a little bit more about you and Pineapple Cove and all this exciting stuff going on, okay?
Yes.
It's hot outside, right?
Very.
Was it raining when you came in? Because there's storms in the area? No, nice day?
It's very sunny out right now.
Right. Well, let's dig right in. So Olivia is a cross-country and track athlete with Pineapple Cove, the Patriots. I got that right? I can't mess that one up. So you're a cross-country and track runner. Tell us a little bit about the different things you do for the track team. You're in the 400, 800, and so on. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I do mostly mid-distance. And throughout the years, I've been a pretty versatile runner. I started off as a sprinter, actually, in like 9th grade, and then started moving up in the distance. Okay. And so I've been team captain for quite a few years since I started. And
like a leadership role.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you this: how old were you when you got into running? Like, how old were you when you said, "I want to be into track and cross country"?
Maybe like 12, 13. Okay. I joined the track team in 7th grade.
So not too young. You didn't have to do it your whole life. How did you get into running? Did you wake up one day and say, "I want to be a runner"?
I kind of always just loved it. I really loved, in like PE class, I really loved doing like the warm-up laps. They would tell us, okay, run like 5 laps around there. And I just really enjoyed like beating all the boys, and they would always get mad at me. And everyone would tell me, you're really fast. You should do track. And I was like, what is that? I had no idea.
You didn't even know it was a sanctioned sport.
I didn't know. I mean, I kind of knew what it was. I didn't know how it worked. I didn't know how track meets worked. And I definitely didn't know about cross country until my coach came in.
But you knew you were competitive and you knew you liked showing off and beating the boys.
Yeah, I
Did you beat them every time? Like, were you just that girl that just, like the boys were like, man, she's beating all of us? Or were there some boys that could beat you?
Maybe like a couple, but.
Well, congratulations on your success last season as a junior. You're going to be an incoming senior, but last season you finished 12th in the state in the 800 meters. Congratulations. How does that feel to be ranked up there in the top 20 in that category? That's got to be a good feeling. It's
a really good feeling. There's a lot of emotions, and for a while I was kind of in disbelief. 2 years ago I was like 20 seconds slower. I didn't think I would be where I am now. I was hoping that I'd be in the 220s maybe my senior year, and I did that all junior year. And after I ran my PR, I was like, what do I even do now? Because I didn't think I would be here. And then making it to states, it was just so cool to be able to represent my team there for the very first time.
Well, you were also right up there, 1 or 2 in the region in several of the categories, right? You said number 1, but there's some people coming right up on you.
Yeah.
What are you going to do to improve going into your senior year so that you can remain number 1 and separate the field?
Yeah, I've been increasing mileage. I'm running more than I've ever ran before. My progression from freshman year to senior year has been very steady. I've been building each year. And I think I'm now at a place I have never seen before, and I trust that it's going to get better. And just, continuing doing the basics and the things that I'm used to. That's
what are you doing over the summer? Like, what does a cross-country runner do to improve and get better? What are you doing?
For most of it, it's very easy running, and that's like the bulk of it. You typically run more mileage over the summer than you do during the season because you're not racing. You're just building that aerobic base. And, here and there you'll do some like tempo runs, which are slightly slower than your race pace, but for longer. Okay. So over 3 miles, which is the cross-country distance, and some hill repeats for sure. If we're planning on going to states, we want to familiarize ourselves with going up hills because that's what is at the
because you're running up course. Up in Tallahassee. So there's some undulations and hills and things, and we don't have that around here.
Yeah,
I get tired walking up a hill.
Yeah, we do causeway repeats.
Okay. Oh yeah, we do have the causeways. That's right.
We go to the causeways. It's pretty
that's
smart.
like imitates a mountain, kind of, right? So you, off camera, you said that your goal right now and your coach's goal is to put in 35 miles a week and then get up to 45 miles a week or something like that?
Yeah, I think I'll be peaking at like 45.
That's a lot of training.
Yeah.
Coach, I'm thinking like 5 minutes on the treadmill like twice a week will get it done. No, that doesn't quite do it in that sport, huh?
No.
All right. Do you have a favorite runner? Like, do you have a favorite celebrity runner or star runner or professional?
I do. I really like Kara Goucher. She doesn't run anymore, but she still does a lot of the like commentating.
Okay.
Is that the right word? At like the Olympic trials and a lot of the bigger meets.
Kara Goucher. And you said there's a big story. We won't get into the details of the story, but you said there's a big cover up by Nike and there's a good book out there and about how her as a female runner was kind of buried by the big business.
Yes.
So I'm going to read that book. Don't hold it to me like this week, but I'm going to dig in and next time we talk.
It's called The Longest Race.
The Longest Race, the story about Kara Goucher, who's her favorite runner. You also said you got a favorite runner at the University of Florida, right?
Yeah, she's pretty much everyone's favorite. Is Parker Valby. She's a 6-time national champion in like 5K, 10K. That's her.
Is she still at Florida this year, going into this year, or is she done?
I believe she graduated or is graduating soon, but she is racing in the Olympic trials right now. Actually, she's going to the semifinal or the final in the 5K.
So a Florida Gator is going to be representing the U.S.
Yeah.
Potentially. Got to qualify first, though, right?
Yeah, I think she will.
Okay, summer plans. Like, I know you're training and working out and all that, but you got any family plans? Any travel plans?
Yeah, usually over the summer we like to go to a lake house in Georgia. It's owned by my dad's friend, and we like to go like tubing and paddle boarding, boating.
That sounds nice. Wind down, hang out with some family, play in the water.
It's very relaxing.
Who's going to do the barbecuing? Is Dad good on the grill?
Yeah.
Or does mom hook it up?
Dad.
Okay, big shout out to Dad. Let's get them ribs going, man. It's time. Pineapple Cove Classical Academy.
Right.
They've been around for a little while now. They're growing at beautiful schools. I've worked with a lot of the staff. They got amazing people. And more people are finding out about them, by the way. A lot of people don't know. Tell us a little bit about what you like about Pineapple Cove and tell us about it.
I love the family environment we kind of have. I'm so close with my team. It feels like a family, and this school in general is small, so everybody kind of knows each other. We're all very familiar with each other. You pretty much know everything about everyone, and it's really nice. It's you have a lot of friends, and especially that translates over to the sports teams as well, you know, and even sports that aren't your own. You know that somebody like set a school record in a different sport or did really well in the game that you didn't go to, but you hear about it because everybody knows each other and you can congratulate them.
So it's got a real family feel to it. It's not too big to where like you don't know anybody.
Yeah.
So every time in between classes when you walk in the hallway, you know everyone. So you're like dapping them. Hey, you say you really love the coaches, right?
Right.
Let's give them a shout out. What are their names again?
Coach Zeke and Coach Ryan.
Coach Zeke and Coach Ryan. Big shout out. What are goals? Do you want to run in college?
I do. I am not totally sure where yet, but
cross country and track, or do they go hand in hand? Just one or the other?
I think you usually get recruited and for like the track team, and then they'll just shove you on the cross country team. So if you're a distance runner, you are pretty much running all year. You do outdoor. No, first you do cross country in the fall, and then you move into indoor in the winter, and then outdoor you do outdoor track. And so that's in the spring. So you're pretty much running all year round. And if you're that good of an athlete, they'll put you in for a lot of those meets.
You're going to be too darn tired to go out and get in any trouble wherever you go to college. One or two teammates that you have that we might be hearing about this year. Like, you know, for those that don't follow Pineapple Cove track and cross country, give us one or two names of some people we might look out for.
Yeah, so the best guy on our team right now his name is Joshua Kassler, and last year he medaled at districts, and he's been leading the guys. He's team captain. He's amazing, and you guys will be hearing more about him. And then Ruthie Jones is my assistant team captain on the girls' side, and she is going into 10th grade. So she is still very young and still, you know, she's up where I am.
But she's doing good in the sport.
Yes, she's a great
person.
distance runner. She's amazing.
Awesome. Well, big shout out to Joshua Kastler and Ruthie Jones. We'll be following them and love hearing those success stories. Is there a favorite food you like to eat?
When people ask me that question, like the first thing I think about is a good fruit salad.
Good fruit salad. You had a hard time, like, no one cares. They're not going to judge you on fruit salad. Fruit salad is what all the winners eat.
Yeah.
What's your favorite fruit? There's a big world of fruit. I can tell you my favorite, but what's
it honestly changes all the time, but I really like raspberries right now.
Raspberries? I didn't expect that. I like pineapples.
Pineapples are good too.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time in Hawaii, so I just love pineapples. Favorite class ever?
I think my top class is definitely Latin. Our school requires 2 years of Latin. And I went up to 5 years. I went up to AP.
Whoa. So you speak it fluent?
No, we don't learn how to speak it.
But you know it well enough to pass all the tests.
Yeah, it's you read it. You read it, you translate it. Nobody speaks Latin anymore.
Okay, see, I learned something. Never-ending learning in this world. What about some hobbies when you're not training and when you're not doing schoolwork? What do you like to do?
I have been doing musical theater for a while. Maybe, I think last year was my 3rd year.
Okay.
I love singing. I love the arts like that. I really like to read. I read a lot of books, especially over the summertime when I'm not so busy with school.
Nice.
And
what about singing? Do you ever aspire to be a professional singer?
I don't think so. I have always just loved doing it as, you know, for fun.
Yeah.
And that's why
fun can turn into the next Taylor Swift, you know, like American Idol and The Voice, these things, and you know, the internet can, and you got a voice. I heard you over there, like just, you were quiet, but I heard you just, we won't ask you to sing right here. We won't, but I think there might be something there one day. What kind of music do you listen to?
I like a lot of mainstream music, like pop music, but I listen to like R&B as well. I like country music. I like a whole bunch of different kinds of music, indie.
One of your favorite singers you talked about?
Ariana Grande is my favorite.
Big shout out to Ariana Grande. What do you think chance of her watching this is? And it's like, oh.
Very little. You should tag her.
So you're saying our podcast is just way too small for Ariana Grande. Thank you. Ariana, if you happen to watch this. What about your college degree? What would you like to study when you get to college?
For a while, I didn't know. I was thinking something like in STEM sciences, but I think right now I'm settled on exercise physiology or kinesiology. I really like the science of movement. It goes along with what I like to do. And I took an anatomy class this year, and I really loved the muscles section. And I think kinesiology would be a good thing to study.
Very, very nice. Anybody you want to give a shout out to that's been there in your corner, helped you up to this point, just been there for you?
My family, my mom, my sister, and my grandparents for always tuning in to the meets. I'll be like, hey, I have a track meet later today at like 6 o'clock, and they'll be watching the live results come in, call me right after, and
nice.
Cheer on those victories for me, and my coaches as well, obviously, and everyone who supports me at my school.
Awesome. Can I give a shout out to your athletic director, Peter Cody?
Of course.
What up, Peter Cody? That's my boy, by the way. We're going to catch up soon. Anyway, I appreciate you taking the time. I told you it was going to be easy, right?
Mm-hmm,
all right. Well, thanks for taking the time to come in today.
Of course.
For everybody watching, this is Olivia Norton representing Pineapple Cove Classical Academy. She's going to be a senior this year, working hard on the track and the cross country tip. So for Olivia Norton, I'm Tracy Ray. You guys have a good day, and thanks for tuning in.